Yeah,
right?
it was like out the gate. Like literally, it's been busy since
Yeah.
November, or no, I'll take that back. Dating all the way back to like August.
See, that's where I get to.
Yeah,
I would go back to that.
yeah.
I don't know what
August.
happened, but it's just like everything just boomed.
Yeah, it did. It turned up real quick, and it's been an exciting ride thus far.
It has been
Yeah.
a
So
wild
it looks like
ride.
we have one viewer, at least so far.
Hey, we
Uh,
have a fan.
yeah. So we're gonna start here in 10 seconds, counting
Oh
down.
man. Oh, you know that one fan is just sitting there, just oh man.
Can't
They're
wait.
they're just they're stretching at the table. They're just going insane. Hi,
Hey, what's up?
person. Hi, person.
Hello, person one and person number two. And
Oh, we've got two now. Nice.
yeah, we have two people that's tuned in. So I might as well go ahead and say welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Thursday night here at the Slanted
Yep.
Brow Show podcast. I am
Here we
Bernard
are.
Fields, one third of the host, and I'm here with
Chris Gordy, another
Chris
third,
Corey, another
and I'm
third.
here with.
The final third is going to be here shortly. She just sent us a message. She was like, I had something come up, and if she cares to share about what that thing is, then we'll know. But
And that's
yes,
fine. Yeah.
we have a comment already. Christina Wright,
Already.
hey, how you doing? She said, hello, hello, hey, hey. Thank you very much for tuning in. So tonight, folks, we're going to go ahead and try to keep things lighthearted. I think that might be our theme for 2022. Like,
Yeah.
keep it light.
Why
We've
not?
had two dark years, 24 months of just
Oh, we have.
and I'm like, you know what? I'm over it. I think everybody is over this whole COVID,
Yeah.
Omicron, and I forgot the other names of the other variants that are out there, but it just doesn't seem to let up. But I'm
No,
not going to let that keep us down.
not tonight.
Yeah, at all. So here's some of the topics we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to definitely talk about the Bengals because it's been a long drought, and they say the curse has been broken. We're going to chat about
31
that.
years.
31 long years. Man, I can't wait to talk about that.
I know,
Because
right?
I could actually go back 31 years and I remember where I was at and what I was doing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm going to talk
Wow.
about it. We're also going to discuss a little bit, just a pinch, about this whole COVID causing schools to go back to remote learning
Yeah.
and the effects of that. Then we also have to talk about some films and some scripts that are popping out of the Slanted Brow crew here
They
in
are. They
2022.
are. Hmm.
Yeah. So Chris has some nice juicy scripts up his sleeve, and we're going to
I
discuss
do.
that.
I do.
And then we're going to kind of finish up with what else has been good with 2022. Hopefully, we can hear from our viewers, and then
Yeah.
also we'll play a few rounds of Would You Rather.
That's right.
Would you rather? So we got some questions lined up for that. But like
Oh, I'm sure you
always,
do.
oh my gosh, listen. Well, it's pretty easy. Just go online, you Google "Would you rather," and I came
Yeah.
across a list that said 250 best Would you rather's. Now,
Wow.
I haven't read any of them, but what I figured is that we can just randomly pick numbers out, and then we'll
There
just
you go.
jump to that number and
There
then
you go.
read it.
Pick a number
God forbid.
between 1 and 200.
Yeah, but what? Actually, 1 and 250.
1 and 250. Okay.
1 and 250,
All right.
and then we're gonna rock with that.
Hey, I'm game
But
with that.
yeah, I love that. I love that. If you guys love that idea, just go ahead and give us a like, a follow, a share, even. But
Hmm.
as usual, we always start off with what's been good. So, Chris, take it away. What's been good, man?
You know what? Everything that's been good in the past week are things we're actually going to talk about this week. I mean, it was great, right? The
Right,
Bengals won.
right.
There's been a lot of writing going on
Mm,
in my household, so I've got a lot of that. You know, Yeah, there's some downers, but we've had a lot of really good ups. So good for us.
Some good uppers.
Yeah, without having to take the pill
Exactly.
to get
So
there.
that ting, yes.
Yeah,
It's better to have natural uppers than have to rely on chemical uppers. So
isn't it? I
yeah,
mean,
it
I
is.
don't have the money for that.
No, I don't want to become a person who has to waste their money on something that you can pull
Yeah,
from the inside, right? Uh,
there you
well,
go. Don't do
I
drugs,
was
kids.
don't do drugs. Well, I would say for myself, my what's been good is that I finally have all of my opera singers for my latest film that's coming up, and I will talk more
No.
about that in the film department. But I was really excited that the final person for this quartet of opera singers said yes yesterday, last night, and I was like,
Nice,
this is all coming together quite well. So
nice.
that was the highlight for me for what's been good, and also too. So it's not so short. I also have finished today the Misread short film that is going to be releasing later this
Oh, I
week.
saw that. Yeah, I saw you talking about that today.
Yeah, so I am
With the
really
one and
excited.
only Mark Borison in there
Man,
with you.
listen, finally having a chance to work with Mark Borison. Like,
I know,
I've
you're
been,
lucky.
yes. Now, have you worked with Mark before?
Mm-mm.
You haven't?
No,
Oh my gosh.
ever. I know. Our paths are always crossing,
Yeah.
but we've never worked together.
Well, that has to change in
I know.
2022. Like
There
I
you go.
like even if it's something like a two-pager,
A
Chris,
2-pager. Yeah.
write
A
that
2-page
skit.
script. Yeah. There you
Yes.
go.
And
Yeah.
and I'll shoot it.
A commercial.
You guys are hearing me say it right now that if Chris writes a two-page script, something I'll say no more than 3 pages, one
No more than
location,
3.
then I'll shoot. I will shoot and I will edit that because that is going to be pure cinematic magic
So
on the screen.
it can be anywhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
anywhere.
he and I could be slowly rising up naked out of a river. It just doesn't matter.
I did say cinematic, so I mean, if it was shot in slow motion, and by the time we got to your loin area,
Mm.
maybe it was like I don't know, like a Twizzler.
Maybe a branch falls.
Ah, yeah, something like
Hey,
Austin
Shakina.
Powers. Keena's in the house. Okay.
My volume sucks. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you loud and clear. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Can you hear me? She can't hear me.
You might need to go ahead and plug some earbuds in.
Yep. Earphone.
What?
Plug some headphones up. You see, I'm rocking my headphones. She said, wait 1 moment. All right, she's going to be back. But as soon as she gets back, we'll let her go ahead and do her what's been good.
Do her thing.
Yes. But, of course, Chris, going back to you and Mark,
Yeah.
this has to be a thing.
Okay.
We have to find somewhere in our busy calendars
Yeah.
to take a Saturday off and,
Yeah.
and just go ahead and take within 6 hours, shoot it, I'll edit it. I promise you I'll edit it and then we will release that.
And we will throw it out for everyone to see it.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go.
You will throw it
There
out.
you go. You know, I've been wanting to, ever since he started doing this, you know, his podcast that he does out of Jungle Gyms.
Yes.
Love Jungle Gym. Absolutely love Jungle. I listen to his podcast because then it's always like, it's like I'm there. I'm not, but it's like I'm there, you
Right.
know? So, but one of these days, I've been wanting to stop by his studio
Yes.
there while he's doing it. Have you seen the studio?
I have
In the
been
Jungle Gym?
in his studio. I literally stopped by his studio last week.
It
just
is nice.
Man, it's amazing. And to hear
And
his
it's right there
story,
at the entrance. You can't miss it.
you can't miss it. It's like you cannot miss it. It's like it's right there, folks. So go to Jungle Gyms and
Yeah.
and you can't miss it. You're going to see Mark pop up
Yeah,
in his podcast space, and his podcast space is huge.
it is.
It is
It is.
amazing.
Well, he does a lot of interviews in there. So
Yeah,
he's got to have the nice space to have some people in there so we can talk to him.
right. It's nice and spacious. It's right across the way, as he would tell many people. It's right across the way from the lightsabers, so you can actually see those. And she is back like she never left.
She's
I can
back.
hear a little bit, but whatever. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud
Yeah.
and clear.
Okay, cool.
Loud and clear. But yeah, now that you're here, Shakina, can you go ahead and just share with us what's been good with you?
What's been good is that I am alive and well and free and not in jail and,
You got your freedom.
great things like
Free,
that.
not
So
in
I
jail.
won't complain. No, I mean, I feel like everything has been kind of like smooth and I'm grateful for that. So it's just the little things this week that I'm grateful for. That's
There
what's
you
been
go.
good.
That's good. That's excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent to hear. So, just moving right along here. You know what else has been good?
What?
The freaking Bengals, man.
Who dey?
Wait a second. Somebody rolled their eyes and shook their head. But before we get to the Debbie Downer, let's Debbie Fourth Downer. So no, just kidding. Let's just take a moment to recognize the fact that it's been 31 long
31
years
years. 31 years.
since the
I
Bengals
have never lived in a city where there has actually been like a professional sports team.
Oh,
And you technically still don't. But go ahead.
oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. What team were you rooting for, Tina?
I'm just saying, I mean, really after 31 years, they owe us. Why are we celebrating? They owe down. About time.
so that's your sentiments. It's
That's
basically like
that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they play again Saturday. Are you going to watch it, Bernard?
Nope.
I can't.
You asked me.
I
Wow.
already know what your answer is. You're not going to watch it.
If anything, are you gonna root against them?
No, I'm not a hater. Don't get me wrong, but I don't celebrate mediocrity either. Like 31 years, seriously.
Well, come on.
They've been playing with us since I was no. They've been playing with us since I was little. Like you're finally winning. About time.
But it's the playoffs though, and I get it. They
Who cares?
always drop the ball.
They owe that. They owe that to all these people who have been rooting for them and wearing the ugly orange. They owe it. They owe it to you guys. They owe it. It's about time.
No, they owe it to us, not you guys. It's us. They owe it to us.
They owe it to they owe me nothing. I gave up on them a long time ago. But I will say this. Bengals fans are some of the most faith-filled people. Like if I need anybody to be down with me and believe for anything, I want a Bengals fan. They believe in the face of adversity. They believe in the face of disappointment. They believe show up, buy season tickets, sit on the front row, knowing year after year they're going to be disappointed. They have faith like no other. I need Bengals fans in my corner. Those some faith-filled people. They don't get it done. Finally, y'all faith is paid off. Amen.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'll just tell the truth. But y'all can keep celebrating.
Yeah. Now I'll be honest. I am not a huge football fan, but when the Bengals are winning, I pay attention. Or when they're playing a good game. Now when they fail, I'm like, well, you win some, you lose some. But after 31 years,
yeah,
I remember where I was at.
I think it was a time for the community to be happy.
Oh my gosh!
What's nice is when, and I was saying this to a friend of mine last year who lives in Kansas City, when the Kansas City Chiefs made it to Super Bowl, and they hadn't made a playoff in years and years, and he was saying the same thing that I was reflecting this year. he was wanting the Chiefs to do something, and he was hopeful for them because in his mind he said, this is what our community needs. Our community needs something happy to actually happen. And I agreed with him on that one, and I agree this year. It's nice to have something nice happen.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful souls, just beautiful
But I
souls.
remember I was in the 5th grade when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
5th grade, folks. I am about to be 44 next week.
Woo!
I wasn't even a teenager.
Who dey?
And we made posters and everything. I remember creating a poster, putting it up in the hallway. The Bengals going to the Super Bowl, and it wasn't even about the playoffs. It was just about the fact that we was going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
And what happened?
what do you mean? What happened?
What happened?
That's when the curse began. We lost the Super
There's
Bowl.
no such thing as a curse.
I don't believe in curses either when it comes to sports, but they've been stinking for 31 years.
Well, it's like the Cubs.
Consistently.
In
It's like the
playoff,
Cubs.
the playoff.
Everybody thought there was this curse with the Cubs. There's no curse. There's no curse. What was it, the goat? There was a curse about some goat with the Cubs in Chicago. There's no curse. Come on.
It's a bunch of hogwash.
It is. You know what? If saying that there was a curse made it better for those things, so be it.
Right.
But no, but I'll be watching. When they play the Titans Saturday.
Do you think they have a chance?
I think they have as good of a chance as anybody else. Everybody, I noticed online, everybody was talking a lot about Titans quarterback. And last time we played them and we won, their winning quarterback wasn't in the game. But actually, Burrow has actually played against that guy before and won. So I think they stand as good of a chance as anybody else.
Yeah. My hope is that they do pull it off. I will be busy working on a film, doing some behind the scenes stuff. So I'll be
Nice.
tuning in via my phone, because the game starts at 4:30, I believe.
Yeah, I don't have cable, so I always have to kind of cheat the system.
He said cheat the system. Well, I mean, if you go on Google, it typically has the score up in
Oh, yeah.
real time. So I typically kind of
I couldn't even watch the Cotton Bowl because I couldn't get it on television. So that's what I kept having to do. I just kept having to keep hitting refresh until I get there.
Right, exactly. Cool. Well, enough about the Bengals. Who they? We're hoping and rooting for
Who
them
dey?
to go all the way.
Okay.
Now, let's move on to a little, I'm not gonna say darker topic, but
Mhm.
COVID and school systems going back to remote. And what is that doing? What is that doing to us?
I read. Well, I didn't. There was a report. It was going around. It's a study on the schools that are closing because of the low staff that they have, and the amount of students that are going sick, as opposed to the schools that aren't, because though they're having the same issue, it's not as greatly impacted as the others. And the one thing that keeps shining through there and glaring at me and punching me in the face every time I see it is that schools 100% that have had to close their doors, their mask policy was voluntary, not mandatory.
Right.
Like Princeton right now they're still in classes. Masks are mandatory. They've got people standing at the front door. I had to go there and drop something off for Adrian. And I had forgotten my mask was in my pocket. And I got to the front door and it was like, nope, You're not coming in here. I had to put it on before I went in.
Right.
So they have a very strict policy. They also have a strict policy of tracing where everybody sits, where everybody eats. You eat at the same spot at the table. You go to the same place here. You go to the same place here. It's a consistent tracing system that they have. Now, I'm not going to say that they haven't had any cases, because sure they have. You can't not. But it's not as horrible as what we're seeing in a lot of the other schools that are having to temporarily close their doors so that they can clean house.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm kind of also thinking about like what is that doing when it comes to parents that have to work, from the single household to the two family household, for those who have to
Yeah.
go back to remote learning. Um, is there really a true solution to where we are right now, or is this like the beginning of the dystopian type future, Mad Max,
No,
where only the
I just
I
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say after they went emergency remote when everything hit, I never sent my kids back to school. They've been remote ever since. Just for me because I didn't see it as something that was handled or under control. Like we were just, it just to me it was enough of a threat to make that permanent switch. So ever since they used to be in Princeton School District. Ever since they did that, like right when COVID happened,
Mhm.
they've just been remote ever since. I have no intention of sending them back into the school building. There's definitely some benefits to that, obviously, but then also there are some deficits I can see. They need that interaction for my kids. They have each other, thank God. I don't even know how like a kid that's an only child is, thriving in such a,
Mhm.
isolated situation. I'm sure they can, but interaction is very important. That's been a
Yeah.
huge um, that's played a huge part in my children's, like even like their learning and just things like that. But like I said, I'm grateful they have each other. We have to get physical activity in different ways. Just have to adjust. But when it first hit the way that it did, I was like, we're not doing that just because. And thank God I had the luxury to do that. I work from home in my day gig, so it's just like, okay, everybody's home. I'm your lunch lady. I'm your gym teacher. I'm your
Right.
everything else. So we have that as an option. I don't see myself switching from that. I know that there's a lot of people who went back. Like I said, my kids used to be in Princeton, and they had a pretty tight schedule. They ran a pretty tight ship. They hadn't,
Mhm.
even if there were people that were reported having either had COVID or being exposed to it, they've done a pretty good job at maintaining and protecting their students and staff. So I mean, you have to figure out what works. But for me, yeah, it was just we're not even going to be in the midst of that, and definitely it was influenced and impacted, excuse me, by seeing people personally who had gone through COVID and how horrible it was. I just wasn't going to put my kids in that situation. So
Mhm.
that's we're 100% remote.
So, Chris, did you have to also, when it first hit, did Adrian have to stay home?
When it first hit, he was at a different school. Yes, they went to remote learning, and he was fine with it.
Mhm.
Um, and then when they went back for, because it happened in spring 2020. See, I got to think back. So that happened in spring 2020, and so in March of that year he went remote. Then there's summer. So fall 2020 comes around, and the school he was in at the time had actually given us they said, well, you've got a choice. You can do remote, or you can do live. But if you do remote, you have to stay remote. You can't go from there to go live.
Right.
If you start off with live, you can always go to remote. And so that's why we had made the choice to go live, because we thought, oh, well, okay then. So if it hits the fan again, then we can just pull them out, because we can go that way, but we can't go the other way, which we always thought, well, that's kind of weird. It's their rule, whatever,
Right.
they made it for a reason. I wasn't going to complain. But yeah, but that was his old school. And then he was the one that actually argued to go to Princeton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the one that argued that. So, and it was a good argument. He actually came up to Stu and I with a list of pros and cons for both schools, and we did notice there were more pros for going to Princeton. So yeah, so and then so this year he started there.
That is pretty cool. Awesome. I say from my experience, going back to 2020, when things went to remote, of course, my daughter, being the only child, kind of like going back to what you were talking about, Shakina, like what would it be like to have be alone? It was difficult. I ain't gonna say that she's just the most sociable person, but she has like her two selected friends, and then she's good. But I remember like that was a big issue, not knowing what this virus was about or who was it affecting and how deadly was it. And it was looking bad, like out the gate. Like COVID was like making like it looked like the plague. It was looking bad. But it's died off, or either the media is not showing us anymore. But when they said, in fall of 2020, you have the option to send her, in live or go remote. I want to say they gave us an option. We could go back and forth based on each quarter. So they were like, so I told them, I said, I think I said the first quarter we're going to go remote, and then just so I could see what's happening in the school from afar. And then once things kind of looked like it was okay, then I was like, yeah, we could go back. And she's been back ever since. But again, I have the honor of working, privilege of working for myself. So it didn't affect me either way, like how would some people out there, whether you got two working parents that have to go in, they're not able to go remote. Like a lot of businesses have gone remote. That can be stressful. I can imagine that could be really, really stressful, and could really almost tear apart the structure of a family's existence in society. How to make ends meet, or how your child will get their education. That was a big thing that I thought about. I was like, oh my God, all these kids that want to go to college and want to play ball and stuff like that and want to get scholarships, like all that is out the window. It's almost like you missed a whole year of your life of existence and education. And then it's like, how do you adjust to everybody now coming back? Like in what was that? The Marvel Infinity War, when everybody came back after the blip.
Everybody came back after 5 years.
Yeah. And it's like everything was on pause. I mean, but we literally experienced that in a really short span. It was like a blip, and now we're supposed to come back to normal, like as if like we didn't miss out on education. So I was thinking to myself, maybe we have like a generation or a gap of like dumb people. Like we all like kind of like got left behind as far as like kids,
like displaced almost. Like what do we do?
And it's like the education. Like I wonder if we're going to see that effect later on in the future, like 10 years down the road. We'll see like a education gap and we'll just attribute it to it was COVID.
I know definitely there's been like my oldest daughter, her graduation happened in the midst of COVID. So, they got creative. So it's the drive-through type thing. But, a lot of people weren't able to do that traditional thing, leave and go to college and have that experience. And I remember talking to her. I think that like all of her group of friends, all of them ended up having to come home and work. And so it's kind of like they just like that opportunity, that experience, all of that was just ripped from them. And there's no letter to write. There's no, advocacy for like, hey, I just want to do the normal course of, things and life experience. So I know that's definitely been, it's been disappointing. And I know that they've had to, I know everybody, honestly, like I said, my day gig, I work with a private mental health practice. People like the impact that it's having on people that, adults, and they're supposed to know how to have it together, this, that, and third. You have kids who are missing out on, just those experiences. It's tough. But then also that dynamic of, even if your kid is remote, you're not a teacher.
All right, now
you're not a teacher, and everybody, first of all, teaching is an art. It's something that, is much more than getting the information, standing in front of someone and reading it. It's the knowledge, the understanding, the passion, the drive, the patience. All of those things go into that. And so you have a lot of parents who like, I know how to be your mama. I don't know how to be your first male teacher. I don't know this, so you have all of that too. So it just, it raises the question of like, this particular generation, are they really missing out on something? So it's a lot. But I think too, in that people have been reminded throughout this whole thing what's really important, what matters most, and the resilience that we have as a people, just at large. We have something incredible on the inside of us, and we see it in the ways that we've been able to, by the grace of God. I don't say that vainly at all, but by the grace of God, that we've been able to, navigate and learn new ways to do things. I don't think things will ever be normal as we knew it again, but where I think as a people or a society, that God is blessing us to be able to tap into those things in us that, are innately there to help us persevere. So we'll get through it.
Yeah.
In our house, we call those the before time.
The new BC now, like before COVID.
It was BT. Right. It was the before time.
Man, remember that life?
Oh my God.
COVID?
Man, it's
just
crazy.
The other night, we were talking about something. I forgot what we were talking about. And I think the boy in the back seat was like, well, why don't we do that? Why don't we do this or that anymore? And I had to yell back at him. I said, buddy, that was in the before times. We don't do that anymore. We don't.
Before COVID.
That was in the before.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I can see that comments are coming up, but again, this week I'm on my phone, so please let me know what's being said.
I'll go ahead and read it out loud.
Okay.
So before Harlem, her comment, Alicia Lee has said, especially not this new math. I agree with her.
I don't touch it.
That new math, thank God my mom is a teacher or she's into the academics, because if it wasn't for that, oh my God, I look at it like this. You know how you have a person who just does a bunch of dribbles, all this dribbling stuff on the court, and it's like, just shoot the ball. Like that's all.
Just shoot it. Yes.
Score. Like get me buckets. I don't care how much you can dance around these numbers. Just get me to the point. And I understand this. The way that we were taught in grade school, that was easy.
Yep. If Jane has 5 apples and Adam has 10, how many do they have all together? Come on, somebody.
No, I'm glad the boy is good at math, because I could not get him. I would not be able to get through that. There was one time he asked me something, and he said, well, I'm trying to figure out, this was like 2-3 years ago. I'm trying to figure out this division here. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, the division's easy. So guess what I did? I just wrote it out as I did when I was a kid.
Right.
And it took me seconds. And I said, oh, here's your answer.
Right.
Okay, but what's your process? I mean, what's my process?
Who cares?
Who cares? Is it the right answer?
I know that this
That's
times
it.
that equals this, so it's lesser than that.
That's
I
the
can put it under there and
process.
subtract the number, and I bring this one down. What do you mean? What's my problem?
And
I,
the thing that makes you mad is you arrived at the same result, which was correct. But
right.
Yeah.
I remember my child looking at me like, "Oh, we don't do it like that." First of all, bougie lights. Okay, let's get this straight. I got the right answer. Put some respect on my name. Okay, that's number one. Number two, in real life, hate to bust your bubble. The only real math you need is to make sure they get your paycheck right. Get
Period.
Mhm.
Right. That's it. That's all I care for.
Get
For
out of here.
a majority of
If your
Americans.
state taxes is this much percent of
Come
the gross
on, right?
earnings, and your federal taxes are this much percent of your gross earnings,
Let's
and
make it make sense.
this number represents your gross earnings, what is your monthly net?
Look,
Right. Life
listen,
application, please.
if you ain't talking about time and money, I don't want to hear it. That's just
Talking
personally
about
me. Listen, I don't want to hear it.
at
It's too
all. Miss
complicated.
me.
Harlem says, I'm grateful to be a stay-at-home mom, but remote was traumatizing for my family. I'm not a teacher. My kids not seeing friends, fear of getting sick, etc. Pure
Oh
stress.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
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 That's real.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's real.
It was definitely, I think, traumatizing to all America,
Oh,
Everybody.
yeah.
and we're still suffering to this day,
Yay.
dealing with it. But enough of that crap, man. Like, geez, peas. Remote learning, COVID. I can't wait till life gets back to a new normal. So, other things we've been discussing.
It'll be called AC
AC,
It'll be called what?
AC
after
after
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, BC and AC.
Yeah, be like, man, I'm so glad to see you in AC, man.
So we're gonna start over with year one.
Yeah, there you go. It'll be year one.
Oh my God.
The year we all walked out of COVID.
Right.
Oh my God.
We walked
Or,
through that doorway.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Survived that, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of survival, I hate to bring it up, but I sent you guys an article about the woman who intentionally got COVID and died from it.
Oh God, yes.
Do not do that. Don't play with COVID. Don't do it.
No.
Don't purposefully go out and try to get it, because that's a roll of the dice and you could die.
Yeah. Well, and she did.
And she did.
And she did.
So, anyways, enough foolishness with COVID.
Well, that was nice.
Films and scripts being produced so far in 2022. Chris,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, do you have a happy script that you can share with us?
No.
My script
No.
isn't happy.
Well, share with us what you have.
Well, okay. So I'm not going to tell everybody what it's about.
Of course.
I will say that I'm writing Consecrate. That's coming up. Oh, there you go. Alicia, that's got it. In June. Again, not a happy one. I've got a nice rewrite. We've got a brand new location. So I'm looking forward to this. Actually,
Nice.
that script is also up for a few more festivals.
Ooh, nice.
He just says it's so like, yeah, it's gonna probably win some more stuff. Chris, you have been killing it out here.
It may or may not.
It is.
I don't know. Not a fortune teller.
It will.
Not a fortune
It
teller.
will.
But
Yeah.
I am currently working on. I decided not to write something scary, so I'm writing a thriller drama.
Still scary.
Not scary. Not scary.
Scary-ish. Okay.
You know, maybe it might frighten you slightly. It's not.
You might
it's
pee
not
a little.
Yeah, you might tinkle just a little bit. Not like you would if you read my script. Residual. Residual is a P-worthy script. Consecrate is just creepy as all get out, and but good. And yeah, this one I don't even have a title for it yet. I've been stressing out about it. Even on my laptop, every time I open it up to work on it every day, it's sitting right on the desktop of it, and it just says untitled. That's all it is. It is just untitled. So yes, but it is going to be feature length. It's probably going to be about 120-page script by the time.
Oh my gosh.
Let me ask you guys this, because we all right?
Yeah.
All of us right. Have you all been ever so like knee deep in the script that you have to pull back and remind yourself you're not actually in what's happening?
I have had characters depress me too much.
Like it pulls you in.
Yeah.
And you take a break from it. You know, so like the one that I'm writing right now, when I first started the process back in December of just note taking, writing things out. By the way, I had a great meeting with Alicia Lee.
She's amazing.
And she said, "Hey, can I see your notes on Consecrate?" And I said, "Yeah, no, they're all like handwritten chicken scratches." So, and this script is no different, just a bunch of handwritten chicken scratches. But my main character was really depressing me. I mean, really depressing me. And so I had to step back, you know, take a break, go have a beer, watch a movie.
Like just have to get back to real life. And it can pull you in, which I love, because I want to have that experience as I'm writing. Like I want to have some type of emotional, you know, response and mental, like I want it to have that, because hopefully it has that same, you know, impact on someone else. But I'm just thinking, as you're writing these thrillers, Chris, you have to remind yourself, like, yo, I could go to jail for that. Let me pull back. Let me go. Or like me, I write like relationship stuff. I have to like pull back and be like, don't you go in there and go off on your husband. He did not do anything, just a whole neck roll. Like, and another thing, like, I just wanted a drink of water. Like, oh yeah, let me collect myself.
Jonathan Lee says here, he says, when I was writing novels, let me say that, when I was writing novels.
Look at you.
I was writing the great American novel.
I had the problem of getting too drawn into it. Screenwriting is a little easier to disengage from for me.
Yes, that is a little high, bro. Back in the day when I was writing my novel.
Jonathan is a great guy. He's a wonderful. He's actually he just finished wrapping his latest film that he's going to be in with Vaslav. That
Chris.
is called Intersection.
Hey Chris.
Yeah.
Your face did what my mind did. Did you think that he was talking about rapping, like dropping a beat?
I was, and
I did too. It's okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't by myself.
I was really hard not to say anything because he didn't take like comedy is just timing, and he never stopped to take a breath. So as soon as he said rapping, I was like, oh well.
Chris does this. But I did the same thing in my head, like, oh, so you're just a jack of all trades. You rap on the side, novels.
Yeah, but he's going to be in a film that I'm hoping I could get finished editing in about a month, hopefully.
Woo!
I'm giving myself.
You've been like super busy too,
yes. And I have another script that I have to, not script, but movie I have to edit too. Freaky profiling that's with Cameron. So I am like jam packed.
Those are good problems, sir. Those are good problems.
Very good problem. Very good problems. With great fruits.
Oh,
that part.
That part. Yeah.
And then two, we get to work together in June.
Yes, we are working together in June for Consecrate. And Shakina, she's also
creepy.
No.
I think Shakina is also part of that.
You think? Didn't we discuss this last show?
I believe so.
Y'all not about to keep Beyonce and Kelly in me, okay? And I'm that Didn't you used to be a part of Destiny's Child as I swipe your groceries? You ain't about to do that to me. You ain't about to keep doing that to me.
Dang. Not as I
When
swipe
did-
the groceries.
Do you remember last July though? I did write that comedy for all of us. The
You
one
better
that was
not.
called Not This Time,
Yeah, not this time.
where we're chasing that person down, and he ends up on the roof
The
of the
roof.
building.
Yeah.
I still want to do that.
Yeah.
That is like a quickie. That film would take it would take more than 5 minutes, but the total running time would be about 5 minutes.
Well, we'll wait to see what happens, Beyonce and Kelly. I'm not even Michelle. I'm not even like a recent member. Like I said, I'm swiping groceries somewhere, but it's okay.
No, I actually wrote you into that one.
Oh, added me. Like, oh yeah, she came up.
No, I actually wrote you in there. There is a part that I wrote you in there.
We'll see. I still love you guys though, because look, I'm still real because I still support everything and I say it to your face. So yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah,
okay.
we just got we have tons of stuff that we are going to be kicking out in 2022.
That's amazing. On a serious note, that's amazing. I love what you guys are doing.
It is what we're doing, because you're doing amazing things as well. Kena,
don't make me like the Bengals fans, like 31 years later.
Don't you write?
Written into a script. Yeah, that's great.
Send me a script. Send me a script. And watch what happens.
There you go.
We'll see.
Alicia Lee says, you can come over here, Suge Knight voice. I love the reference. He was over that mic like, if y'all don't like what's going on over there, you can always come over here. Death row.
Just like trembling, like, God, please let me survive.
That is hilarious. She said, I got you, girl. All right, so
thank you, Alicia.
Before time runs out, I definitely want to jump in this game, playing a few rounds of Would You Rather. And I also want to have our audience play along with us. So
this game causes trouble, yo.
It does. But
it's so fun. And then I'm like, oh, I never knew that about you. I walk away with a different impression of who you are.
Right. So what we're going to do is we have 250 questions to pull from. And what we're going to do is just randomly pick a number out.
Okay.
And then let's see, we'll either all take turns on the same question, or do you want to just give a number to each person? And we just
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
we say two different things. Let's go with Chris.
Okay. So Chris, pick out a number between 1 and 250. And then also the audience too, if you guys want to have a number picked, go ahead and put that in the comment, and then we'll come back and we will ask you.
You know what we should do? We should have the audience tell us what number to pick.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So audience, tell us what number are we going to have for...
Alicia says I'm number 45. So let's 45? Do that one.
Okay. Alicia, is that for you or is that for Chris?
Now we have to wait for her to type.
Mm-hmm. Type it up. Type it out.
Tippy, tippy, tap, tap, typing.
They should both answer it.
Oh,
right?
yeah, there you go. Good
okay.
idea.
I like that. I like that.
So if they give a number, that audience person and us has to answer the question. Too late, Alicia. You and I are both answering the question. Okay.
All right. So 45. Let's see what 45 says. Scrolling down, it says 45. Would you rather get trapped in the middle of a food fight or a water balloon fight?
Ooh. Water balloon.
What did Alicia say?
Alicia, what would you rather be?
So do we explain why?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Like, tell us why.
So if I was in the middle of a food fight, like food's gonna get like all up in you and like in your clothes, and like food's gonna be in places that I don't think food should be. Right?
just water balloon. I agree.
Like I can go into more depth.
Chris, like he wake up the next day like, how that carrot get right there?
Gross. Oh. And Alicia said, she said water balloon. She said wet t-shirt contest.
Wet t-shirt. There you go.
Well,
there
we
you
know
go.
who's winning.
Oh
my gosh. She did not hold back. Harlem. She said number 77. And who was that going to be for? Harlem. 77 for who? Myself or Keena? She said Chris all day.
Chris all day. No, I don't think.
What laugh was that, Chris?
It was like a Woody Woodpecker laugh.
Right?
Let's just have Chris answer.
Oh, okay. So this is for Keena. All right.
There you
go.
So 77 is would you rather spend a day cleaning your worst enemy's house or have your crush spend a day cleaning your house?
Oh.
I can't. My crush. Y'all trying to break up a happy home? My crush. I would, you know what? Oddly enough, I would say a day in my enemy's home. You know why?
Because you nosy?
Nope. Because I would make them sit across from me and tell me, why don't you like me? What do you really have against me?
Dang.
Put it out on the table.
As you're cleaning your house, though, you're going to just put that.
Yeah, I'm not scared. You think I came to my enemy's house and I'm not strapped? Did I say that?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to add that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, put it out on the table. Because the reason why, not to get like all deep into it, but a lot of times people don't like you and they don't even know why. So I'd be like, just put it out there. Have a conversation.
I would be very thorough in cleaning my enemy's house. Example, I would, even after disinfecting their toilet to make sure it stays that way, I would put cellophane around it before I close the lid.
Like, I would give you a reason to hate me.
Just to make sure. I mean, it's all the little things that matter. Isn't it?
Like,
really?
oh, you thought you hated me before I got here. Wait until we.
Oh, wow, Chris, that is.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting conversation because rarely do people tell the truth. Just like put it out there.
Right.
Tell me why.
So, Harlem,
that was a good
what
one.
would you rather do? She said that she would a day in her enemy's house.
She's with you on that one.
Nice.
We won. That was good.
All right, so I guess I'm next.
It's your turn.
Okay, who's going to pick a number out for me of all the viewers that are watching? We have like 3,000 viewers.
We have 3,000 viewers right now?
No, we don't. We only have 3.
Okay. Okay, that means that there's a third one that's not talking. Oh, at least you already got you.
She said 12. Oh, man, let's see. Scrolling back up. And it says...
Oh, wait a minute. Do you want to do Jonathan Lee's, who says 92, or Alicia's, who does 12?
Well,
we haven't done Jonathan Lee yet.
Yeah, let's do Jonathan. Let's go ahead and do Jonathan, and we'll save 12 for you, Chris.
You're stuck with me again.
All right, so Jonathan Lee has me all the way down here at 92. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Right.
Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Would you rather ask your ex or a total stranger for a favor? Total stranger. Enough said. And now you know. Total stranger. All right, Jonathan. What about
total
you?
Stranger. Yeah.
I would say my ex. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Just kidding.
He said, just kidding. So while that answer from Jonathan is waiting, we're going to go ahead and jump to Alicia Lee's number 12 for Chris.
All right.
I love your profile picture, Miss Alicia Lee. Okay.
She out there slaying them.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Well, hold on. He said, well, first of all, before we go to this one, Jonathan says, he says, yikes, I think an X. We don't hate each other anymore.
That's
Oh, well,
good.
there you go.
That's progress. All right, so back to number 12 here. It says, would you rather give up air conditioning and heat for the rest of your life or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Oh,
Internet.
Ooh,
Internet.
you give
I
up
mean,
internet
that's
for the
how I
rest of your
work.
life. Okay.
Because there are still books. I will sit in my air-conditioned home and read a book.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Or in my nicely heated home in the wintertime. And
that's true.
also read a book or a newspaper or a magazine or whatever it is that I'm in the mood to be reading.
Okay, cool. All right, and then Alicia, what about you? Internet
Oh,
or
yeah.
heat or
Now,
AC?
see, she differs from me. She's going to buy a bigger coat, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Because if it gets too hot, you can always, take off.
there you go. There you
So,
go.
so that does work. That does definitely work. Okay. All right. Harlem, she picked out 100. Who's that going to be for? Myself or Shakina?
We should probably just stay with our people so it keeps it flowing.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, go ahead, Kina. Let's see what you have for 100. We're going all the way down, 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 down. Oh, okay. Would you rather have Adele's voice or Normani's dance moves? I don't know who Normani is.
Say that again.
Would you rather have Adele's voice or Normani's dance moves? I don't know
Who's dance moves?
Normani. I'm about to look this person up.
I was about to say, because how did they dance?
Okay, this person is. Oh, she was on Dancing with Stars. I'm gonna show you a picture of her real quick. Um, wow. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Wow. What does she look like, B?
I'd rather not show pictures. Just leave that for me. This is going to be a desktop screen.
I don't know what type of
I'm
wow
just
that
kidding. I'm
was.
just kidding. No, let's share a picture real quick. Share screen and share a Chrome
Remember,
tab.
it's a family show.
This is
Right.
definitely a family show. But she's I guess she danced on Dancing with Stars.
I mean, but I don't know what her moves were.
Well,
She
judging
could have
based
been the
off.
first one on, first one off.
Yeah, that's true. But it looks like that she's a professional. So I guess you would go with who? Adele's voice then?
That was gonna be my next question. Like, did she get paid for this? If it's gonna benefit me, I mean, I don't just like dance all the time.
Looks like Harlem's going for Adele.
Yeah. Harlem said Adele.
I guess I would agree with that if I could make some money off of it. I guess because who wants to sound like a man? I already have a raspy voice, so I don't want to sound like a dude.
Alicia throws a wrench into the whole thing by saying she's a singer and a dancer.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You're right.
okay.
She is also a singer. I see that she is a singer.
V,
I've
I just
never heard of
wanted
her.
to be noted and to go down in slanted brow history that V was so enamored by this woman that he forgot he was on the slanted brow. That's
He
all.
forgot that he was on a live show.
Yeah, he was like, what? Like, V, we're here. Save
Hi,
that for
V.
later. No.
We're all still doing a show.
Right, orange screen.
I was like, wow.
Man,
Like, what do you mean by wow? I don't know. I have no clue. But let's go ahead and find another.
I say we do one more here.
Number. Yeah.
For you, V.
Yeah, one more.
Turn.
Let's take it home. Bring it home. Throw a number out there.
250. Shoot.
250. Okay, let's drop on down to 250. Stop.
Oh, I got the Daredevil guy. Oh, I lost my money.
All right. Would you rather be forced to?
I forgot about the little laugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year, or take 3 years off the end of your life?
What the? Good Lord. What a crappy question.
Right. That's why it was the last question.
Or
Oh,
take
man.
3 years off the end of your life? What do you
Well-
mean take 3 years off the end of like die 3 years early?
Before
And
you
when would that be? Now because that means something different if you're 153. Well, I got a long time.
Right.
Yeah, then why not?
Okay, well, the
Then
quick
too, what
answer,
day are you going to relive for the rest of your life?
that's true. That's true.
That's true.
Well, I'm definitely going to live the same day over and over again for a full year. I wouldn't mind doing that, to be honest. I don't think I would get too bored. Like, if I knew that this was going to be happening and I knew the next thing was going to happen and I couldn't change it, that would probably get boring. But I got to make sure I pick, like, a dope day, though.
Exactly. Or I would so be the person that would try to alter things that happened in that day so it would be
Yes.
different the next day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Jonathan's
So-
right. You don't know when your end is going to be here, so you have no idea.
Yep,
Could be
Nah, we just
tomorrow,
gonna keep this
could be
thing
another
going.
50 years.
that's true. I mean, I could be like, you know what? I think I'll just take the 3 years off and then I'll just die instantly. Like, dang, I was going to die in 3 years.
Yeah,
That was
that one's all kinds of effed up. I don't like that.
Screw you, 250.
Yeah, stupid 250. Screw you.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we get these final comments in here. He said, if you thought you would live to 100 and you died at 97, it's the same net effect. Yeah, if I knew. That's
Again,
true.
we're going back to gross versus net. He wanted his gross to be 100. He netted 97. That was after the state and federal taxes.
Simple math, people. Simple
Easy.
math.
Easy.
Let's go back to simple math.
Please.
Simple economics, people.
Right. A matter of fact, I should get a shirt that says that. Let's go back to simple math. And
Sorry,
sell
working
it.
That's gonna sell.
No,
Oh my
no
God.
apology needed there, Jonathan. No.
I love money. I love finances. You're talking my language.
Don't we
Don't we all love that?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
now we come to the end of our show. One of you guys want to take it away? I'm tired of ending the show every week.
I mean, but you got Turner of the production. You got to take it away. You got to walk us in. You got to walk us out.
I mean, we
IT.
talk, and then you bring up the yellow screen of death.
I was about to say very rudely mid-sentence, no warning. I run this.
Remember, Shakina, do you remember when he used to play a song? Like, we'd be in the middle of a conversation.
Yep, just rude. Just straight up disrespectful. Mm-hmm.
Right? And then all of a sudden, like, a song would play. And we'd be like,
That's why I said real Ike Turner. I say when this start and when this mother sucker ends. There you go.
it's like, is there music playing? What?
It's that
Hello?
it's that wrap it up music that they play at the Oscars. It's like you're just
We don't care who you want to thank.
Yeah.
you've been
You
like
know what?
first,
You've been thanking folks for 10 minutes. Get off the damn stage.
You don't know that many people.
Now you're just reading the phone book. Get off the stage.
Yeah, you're just making stuff up. You're lonely.
Yeah. You don't have that many friends.
wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for tonight, everybody. This was fun.
Thank
Yep.
you.
We'll
Good
be
night,
back next
everybody.
week.
And hello, Mary.
Yep. Hello, Mary.
I
Hey, Mary.
Bye, Mary.